A very good afternoon to everyone joining us. It's match number 30, Akbar Brothers versus HSBC live here at Maradana at the very old, promising St. Joseph's cricketing ground. It's going to be a blockbuster. It's match number 2 here at Maradana. We had a very tightly contested game earlier on in the day, where it was a one-sided game for majority of it. We had the toss. We have the toss going on in the middle, so I forward it to Mr. Asanka Hadirampela out in the middle with the two captains.
දිනුක මොන වගේ ප්ලෑන් එකක් එක්කද ආයෙන්නේ බැට් කරන්න?
අවුට්ෆීල්ඩ් එක ගොඩක් ආස් නිසා අපි වැඩි 150 වගේ දැම්මොත් අපිට හොඳ ස්කෝර් බෝඩ් ප්‍රෙස් එකක් දාන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක තමයි ප්ලෑන් එක දැනට. එතකොට අපේ බෝලර්ස් වලත් එක ඩිෆෙන්ඩ් කරද්දී ෆී එකේ ඩිෆෙන්ඩ් කරන්න පුළුවන්.
ගංගොතුර අපදාවත් එක්ක මොන හරි විශේෂ කලදරයක් සිදු වුණාද?
ඔව් අපේ ප්ලේයර්ස්ලා දෙන්නෙක් ඇත්තටම ඒකෙන් ලොකු කලදරයක් වුණා. එක්කෙනෙක් අද කොහොමත් මිසින්. දෙන්න විදියක් නෑ යාට. එක්කෙනෙක් කොහමද ආවා. Komari manage karagatte.
Subagatu.
Thank you.
So, Akbar Brothers captain Kusal Atapattu won the toss and they decided to bowl first.
So as you did hear, it was the Akbar Brothers that decided to bowl first after winning the toss. That was the ploy earlier on in the day for the first match that is being executed by the Akbar Brothers in this match too. The sun has been shining the whole day today. A great day for playing cricket. These are the two sides. These are the two lineups. Akbar Brothers and HSBC. Two very exciting teams. The team, Kusala Thapattu, Chamoda Senaviratna, Chatura Devinda, Chintaka Shriyamta, Nipuna Piris, Pasindu Buddheju, R. Urendran, Rashen Pereira, Sahan Sankalpa, Taranga Kumara, Vikum Tarusha and Amilat Silva to cap the 11 for Akbar Brothers. On the other end we have the HSBC who are batting first. Dinuka Jai Singha, Deshan Bopearachi to open the batting. We've got Eranga Vijay Siri and Firnas Jayman coming in at number 3 and 4. Malinda Rukshan, Nikira Pereira and Radil Velagedara along with Viraj Ratnayaka to cap the middle order. In the bowling side of things, we've got Johan Gayas, Johan Leuke, Supun Malindu Hansajit and Kasun Silva to cap the 11 of HSBC. We have the umpires walking out to the middle in the commencement of a very exciting encounter between the Akbar Brothers and HSBC. The conditions are soothing out in the middle. Greenery and sunshine. Perfect conditions for an exciting T20 game. What HSBC should be looking to do is pile up a considerable total for the Akbar Brothers to chase. Something that we did not see in the match earlier on in the day. We see Team Akbar out in the huddle discussing their approach, having decided to bowl first. after winning the toss. I'm pretty sure they have a pretty good plan up their sleeves, having the toss going their way. The batters now making their way into the middle. Confident looking, both the batters representing HSBC. They'll be looking for a momentous start against the strong Akbar Brothers. Two very exciting opening batters out in the middle. And we have pace starting things up for Akbar Brothers, something that we did not see in the second innings where it was spin from both ends. Let's see whether the Akbar Brothers can capitalize on the toss that they did win. Can HSBC pile up a big total for their team? Let's go. Here we are. Johan Gaius, a solid block in the opening delivery of the game. Nipuna Piris was right on the money, landing it on that good length. Nipuna Piris, he has a best of 3 for 27 in his 8 matches so far. His economy, not the most expensive. Goes good length again. So he started off very well, has Nipuna Piris. Not much width to offer. I don't think there's much swing with the weather that is out in the middle. That's Johan Gaius. He has a highest of 40. Not the best average you could ask for from an opening batter, but he'd be looking to make it better today. Johan Gaius and Dinukar Jai Singha, the opening batters for HSBC. Full he goes. And they scamper through for a quick single. The fielder didn't pick it up cleanly, or it could have been curtains for the non-striker. That was Dinukar Jai Singha running into the keeper's end. So a quick single taken by Johan Gaius to get off the mark and to get things moving for HSBC. That's Dinukar Jai Singha. He scored a half century in this tournament. He's got 29 matches and piled up 498 runs. He's got a meager strike rate of 95.4, so he should be looking to score at a faster pace, especially since he's opening the batting. Drifts down the leg side as Nipuna Piris concedes a wide in his first over. So he's a hit the deck kind of bowler is Nipuna Piris. He's not the quickest. There's not much swing to offer for Nipuna Piris. So he's going to have to stick to that good line and length for him to make an impact with the ball. Goes full this time. An inside edge maybe onto the pads. A huge appeal by the bowler, not given. The batsman prods through for another single. It is called leg byes by the umpire, so surprising. Does look like an inside edge. Not sure. But nevertheless, runs for HSBC. Goes full again. Johan Gaius picks it up and goes big towards that scoreboard all the way for a massive 6. He picked it up very well, did Johan Gaius. It was full and drifting down leg. An easy flick of the wrist from Johan Gaius for the first boundary of HSBC's innings. Nipuna Piris drifting away from his usual line and length and paying instantly as Johan Gaius capitalized on what was a very poor delivery. There he goes. That's the line and length. Appeals, but not so for the Akbar brothers. And that's the end of the first over. That's the replay of that last ball. Very close to that outside edge of the batter. Very hesitant in playing that shot was Johan Gaius. Almost losing his wicket. So HSBC 9 for no loss after that first over. They've got a good start to this game. Bowling from the other end for the Akbar brothers is Rushin Pereira. Can he tighten things up for the Akbar brothers at the start of the game? A reminder that they did win the toss. Here comes Rushin Pereira to Dinuka Jaisinghe. Goes full and wide. Going for that expanding drive does Dinuka Jaisinghe, only to find the bottom of the bat straight to mid-off. Rushin Pereira, right arm fast. He's got a best of 3 for 13 at an average of 28.67. So that's a considerable average for Rushin. He goes hit the deck again. Tries to glance it, but not to be straight to the fielder at a very fine curve point. So he started things off with 2 dots, says Rushin Pereira. He goes short, and he's found the gap, has Dinuka Jaisinghe. Perfectly cut away for another boundary for HSBC. They've gotten 2 boundaries in the first 2 overs of this match. That was a very poor delivery by Rushin, short and wide. Dinuka Jaisinghe capitalizing. Is it that hard, has Dinuka Jaisinghe? They're going briskly, HSBC. They're going at a very good rate. Goes full onto the pads, probably drifting down leg. A huge appeal by Rushin Pereira. It was drifting down leg though. So they are getting the boundaries, the 2 opening batters for HSBC. The bowlers are bowling poorly. They will bowl that poor ball now and then they do capitalize. The other times, they should be looking for those strike rotations. They should be looking for those 2s. Still the power play. A lot to get for HSBC. Goes full again. And he punches it on the up. Dinukar Jayasinghe through long on, through that mid-wicket region. Another boundary. That isn't the line, that isn't the length for Rushin. Again, drifting down, too straight from Rushin. He clips it on the up. He was looking to punch it, was Dinukar Jayasinghe. On the up, ends up clipping it towards cow corner. He picks up his second boundary of the over. He's moving well, is Dinukar. That's a good line, good length from Roshan Pereira to finish the over. It's 17 for no loss. HSBC after 2. The two batters in the middle, Dinukar Jayasinghe and Johan Gaius, very proactive out in the middle. Something we didn't see earlier on in the day. Something the earlier match lacked. Let's see how Nipuna Piris reacts to that first over. Again, drifting towards his body. That's the ideal length for Nipuna Piris, not the ideal line. He could have easily picked that up over square leg. So Nipuna Piris has to stick to his plans, the plans he executed at the earlier parts of his first over. They've already scored 17, have HSBC. And he goes big, Johan Gaius. Fast hands. Johan Gaius steps down the wicket and just whacks it straight over the bowler, straight over long on. Absolutely dominant from the opening, tall opening batter. He's thrown everything at it. And he's reaping rewards out of the middle. This will affect the bowler's mindset. Nipuna Piris, his good line and length tackled by Johan Gaius having stepped down the wicket. So smart play by Johan Gaius, getting into the mind of Nipuna Piris. He sticks to the same line and length, which is very good from Nipuna Piris. He didn't sway away. A single for Johan Gaius. Gives it to Dinukar Jayasinghe for the rest of the over. Nipuna Piris was very brave, having stuck to that line and length that he got smashed over his head for 6. This time, to Dinukar Jayasinghe. Goes full. And he goes straight over long on, over mid on, I beg your pardon. A couple of runs for Dinukar Jayasinghe, not able to clear that boundary line. So they're moving swiftly, the two opening batters. They're playing their shots. They're being brave. They're not in a shell. They're taking the attack to the bowlers. Not letting the bowlers settle down. We know Nipuna Piris likes that good length, that good line. But the batters are being proactive. They're improvising and drifting the bowlers out of their lines and lengths. This time, just a single. It was down to short third man. I don't think he's too troubled, is Nipuna Piris. He hasn't tried to do anything different. He's sticking to that line and length. This is a T20. This is what you expect. Boundaries and more boundaries. Goes full. And Johan Gaius just punches it. Just punches it casually over the long on fielder with absolute ease. Just all too easy for Johan Gaius. He's a very powerful player. Those long levers coming into effect right over the fielder at long on. HSBC are now 33 for no loss after 3. They're off to a very good start here. HSBC. They haven't lost a wicket yet. They're still halfway into the power play. Oh, huge appeal. Probably going over. There was discussion from the in-ring fielders of the Akbar Brothers. Roshan Pereira continuing of his first over. So a leg by called. So there was no inside edge on that. The only way that the batter would have escaped is that the ball would have gone over the stumps. Johan Gaius, wide called. An extra delivery has to be bowled by Roshan Pereira, having conceded that wide. Drives it down the ground from Johan Gaius. Beautiful. A punch. He's batting tremendously well, is Johan Gaius. You can't bowl full. You can't bowl good. He punches it down the ground. There was no stopping that. He's in great form, is Johan Gaius. This isn't the biggest of grounds, so the batters should be looking to capitalize on those short boundaries, square of the wicket. But what they're doing here is going down the ground, so that's very impressive from both the batters out in the middle. We talked about Johan Gaius' record before the start of play. I'm pretty sure he's doing wonders to his record that was shown earlier on. Slowed up after hitting the deck. A quick single taken. So they're doing everything perfectly well here, the two opening batters from HSBC. Not only are they hitting those boundaries, those 4s and 6s, but they're also rotating strike at every chance they get. Has to go back to the start of his run-up, does Roshan Pereira. Not finding the middle of the bat this time, Dinuka Jayasinghe. It was a good line and good length that Roshan Pereira stuck to, not allowing Dinuka Jayasinghe, who was at the non-strikers end thus far this over, to gain any sort of momentum. Goes full. Yorker line, Yorker length. And he clips it through. Threads it through. Does Dinuka Jaisinghe for another boundary. Runs are flowing for HSBC. And the Akbar brothers, they're having no answers at the moment. Whatever they're doing. There was a good ball from Rushin. But he manages to find the gap in between the fielders. In between fine leg and square leg for another boundary. Dinuka Jaisinghe and Johan Gaius, they're motoring out in the middle. Last ball of this over. Can he cap it off well, Rushin Pereira? It goes good. It was a good line, good length from Rushin Pereira to cap it off. So 11 runs off that over. HSBC are now 44 for no loss after 4 overs.
HSBC put into bat first. Johan Gaius, 25 from 11. And Dinuka Jaisinghe, the skipper, on 15 of 13. Both of the batters going great guns at the moment. Now the captain Kusal Athapattu has taken the ball. A quick single by the batters. Good running. They have picked which balls to hit long and when to take those singles. Bowling very slow, Kusal Athapattu. Not giving the batters the pace they are waiting for. We saw in the first few overs the batters were able to hit through the line, hit down the ground because they have a space. Here's another single. The total moves up to 47. Now the skipper against the skipper. Good delivery. Cut back in to the batter. Johan Gaius has been the aggressor between these two pair. Slow through the air again. Been a good over so far. 4 overs have gone to 44. That's another single. They won't mind the singles. It's about the boundaries. Five overs done, 48 for no loss. Bowling card for Akbar Brothers. Nipuna Piris opened the bowling. 2 overs for 24. Been quite expensive. Rushin Pereira 2 overs for 18. Now Kusal Athapattu followed up with a very good over. 1 for 4. Rushin Pereira has been given the ball to try him out again. Cut away nicely into the gap. That's another boundary. That's Dinuka Jaisinghe. Beg your pardon, Johan Gayas. Right into the gap. And away for 4. Now the captain Jaisinghe is on 21 of 18. Again, the same type of delivery. Not the same treatment by the batter. Maybe he was thinking that he has to go down the ground. Driven down the ground this time, nicely fielded. Just a single to the batter. That's the captain himself. Now 5 runs so far in the 3 deliveries. Slowed it up. Roshan Pereira. Change of pace is an important part in a T20 game. Otherwise you are going to get a beating. That's what happened in the first 4 overs. Good delivery again, edged and goes towards the boundary. Valuable runs these are. That moves Johan Gayas onto the 30s. Last ball coming up in the 6th over. Full toss down the leg side. That's a wide. Pressure being shown by all these bowlers except for the captain Kusal Latapattu. Here's the wide. He was setting himself to play a big shot, but not managing to do so. End of the over, 58 for no loss. Interesting, Kusal Latapattu has got himself out of the attack, bowled a good first over, but now it's going to be a new bowler to bowl the 7th over. Chamoda Seneviratne, the first spinner that we are going to see. And Dinuka Jayasinghe to face. He's on 22 of 20. It's been a very good partnership for HSBC. That's another single. Now runs are coming easily for these two batters. Johan Gas batting without a helmet. We don't often see these days. Another single to him. Now it's about the rotation of strike. Carry on the innings until maybe the 10th, 11th over. It's up in there, but safe. Current run rate stays at 9.47. It's really healthy. Down the ground for another single. It wasn't collected cleanly, but no runs leaked. 61 for Nolos. We are in the 7th over. Easy single down to short fine leg. Good batting by both of the batters. But last ball coming up. Down the ground and into the safe hands of the long off fielder. First wicket falls down. That was a good take by the fielder, as you can see now. It was hit hard, but the fielder was ready on his feet. Johan Gas is the man who's walking back to the pavilion. 33 of 18 for him. HSBC 63 for 1 after 6.5. Now the captain Kusal Atapattu is bringing himself back in. Single down to mid-wicket. Adds up to Dinuka Jayasinghe. Now Radhil Velagadara is a new batter. He's a hard hitter. It was an interesting bowling change in the previous over. Kusal Athapattu bowled a very good first over before that. Welagedara off the mark. And Chamu the Senaviratne was brought in. He got them the wicket. That was good captaincy. Knowing who can deliver with a wicket. In the air. Falling short of the fielder. Didn't take the risk of running in. Now Welagedara facing Athapattu. Again down the ground. All in singles. Now this man on your screen, Dinuka Jayasinghe, has a bigger responsibility. He is the man who is set. He can drag this innings until the end. Here comes Athapattu. Left alone by Welagedara. Good over by Athapattu. 5 runs off it. 8 overs done. 68 for 1.
$68 for 1 HSBC after 8 overs. They're going at a very good run rate of 8.5. The projected score is around 170. So that's good going from HSBC. They'll be looking to add to that projected score the way they are going. Chamo the Senaviratne, the right arm off spin bowler. It goes good. Bowls it on that patch just outside the hitting arc of the batter. He's bowling at that good line and length is Chamoda Senaviratne. He's being very economical thus far into his second over. Radil Welagedara, the number 3 batter for HSBC. Leaves it alone, does the big man. Looks a very strong player, the batter at number 3 for HSBC. Goes short again. He was looking to play that earlier on in the over, but he decided to leave it alone. This time he tried to go for it, almost catching the outside edge straight into the keeper's gloves. So you should be careful when playing it. Yes, there is no slip. Shot from Radil Welagedara. Massive from the big man. A statement of authority from the number 3 batter. Strong shot. Strong 6 over the bowler's head. Right above the fielder at long on. They're going strong. Very strong. HSBC. They're capitalizing on whatever that's been thrown at them. Goes full again, does Chamoda. He failed to capitalize on it. Radil Welagedara looking for that single after that strong 6 down the ground. The ball just outside off It was short. It was there for Radil to play. It was that shot that was required, the exact shot that he tried. It was execution that was missing. So HSBC are 75 for 1 after 9 overs. A reminder that it were the Akbar Brothers that decided to field, having won the toss. It's not gone their way thus far, because whatever that's been thrown at the opposition has had answers. Kusala Tapatu. A single down to cover point from Dinukajai Singha. He's a hit the deck kind of bowler, is Kusala Tapatu. He's brisk. He's got that pace in him. Not the longest of run-ups, but he can trouble the batter. Radil. He tries to play that late cut very often, doesn't he? Does Radil Welagedara. He hasn't been successful thus far. Let's hope he sticks to what he's confident in doing. Let's hope he sticks to his strong strengths. Goes full, up in the air, in no man's land. Lucky, extremely lucky is Radil. Kusala Pattu showcasing his variations, troubling the batters at either end. He hasn't been able to get away. Has Kusala Tapattu. He goes full, slams it straight to long off. Just a single for Dinukajai Singha. So he's been very frustrating to deal, is Kusala Tapattu for the HSBC batters. Radil back on strike. He's had false run-ups twice this over, has Kusala Tapattu. There he goes. That cut shot, that late cut again. Another single. A valiant effort from the fielder that is extremely fine at the point region. He's been trying to play that shot, Radil, several times. A good effort from the fielder over there at car point region. A big shot from Dinukajai Singha. It's gone high and it's gone long. A boundary for Dinukajai Singha. Just bouncing before the ropes. And the boundaries are flowing for HSBC. It's gone for that expansive shot straight above the bowler's head. That wasn't what he was aiming for. He was aiming for that deep mid-wicket cow corner region. He ended up going straight above the bowler. Nevertheless, another boundary, and HSBC are 83 for 1, halfway through their first innings. Chamo the Senavi Ratna, the right arm off-spin bowler for the Akbar Brothers, continuing his third over. It's been difficult to get away, hasn't he? He's not giving the batters anything to work with. He isn't giving the width that the batters desire. He isn't giving them the length either. He's bowling at a very good pace too. So he's doing everything right, is Chamoda. That was a tad bit wider. Just a single for Dinukajai Singha as he prods it to deep extra cover. Radil Welagedara definitely more comfortable against spin. And he tries to go big. Another single down to long on for the big Radil. Been 3 singles thus far in this over. He hasn't conceded a boundary just yet. Comes down the wicket. A stumping opportunity. The appeal's there, but I believe the batter just got back. It was a tough chance for the keeper, but has he spilled it? Let's look at the replay. It was a very tough chance for the keeper. He had to reach both ways in the end, the keeper. A valiant effort, but just enough time for Dinuka to get his bat back into the crease. Just 3 runs off this over so far, so it's been a very good over from Senaviratne. Another single, flicked down to mid-wicket. It's been wily, has Senaviratne. Nothing to offer for the batters. They've been going at a very good rate, have HSBC. And this young man is pulling things down for HSBC. Gone full. Another single. Down to covers from Radil. He probably missed out there. It was a full toss. HSBC are now 88 for the loss of 1 wicket after 11 overs. Tharanga Kumar, the new bowler for the Akbar Brothers. Asela Gunaratne lookalike. They've pulled things down, have the Akbar Brothers. The run rate's pinpoint on 8 now. The projected score's gone down. So these two batters, they should be looking to pull things back for HSBC. A big old swipe at that one. Does the big man rather go? Not what he should be looking to do. Yes, he should be going for runs, but sensibly so. He's perfectly capable of clearing the boundaries, is Radil. Led cuts it down to third man for another single. He tries to come back for the second. Dinuka Jayasinghe has been in top notch today. He's scored 37 of 33 balls and he's been very promising, very eye-catching. See if he can take on the new bowler. Tries to. Goes straight up in the air. Tharanga calls for it and he drops it. He had to run back after bowling. Wasn't the easiest chances, but something that they should have capitalized on. It should have been taken. He tries to go big, does Dinuka. But he only manages to sky it. Only for Tharanga Kumar to drop it on his way back. Hits him on the pads hard. Radil Welagedara. He's looking puzzled, is Welagedara out in the middle. He's not looking the most comfortable out of the batters. They can't afford to slip HSBC. They got a very good start. No pace for the batters to work with. Another single. So it's been singles so far the last couple overs. No boundary. It's been a good over from Kumara despite the drop catch. Just 3 runs off it. Akbar Brothers should be hoping he finishes it off well. Dinuka Jayasinghe. He goes big. It's up in the air. It's there to be caught. And they take the chance. Not the costliest mistake from Taranga Kumara as he picks up the run scoring Dinuka Jayasinghe for 38. HSBC are 91 for the loss of 2 after 12 overs.
They're trying to accelerate their innings. They've got the foundation they wanted. Now the experienced Dinuka Jayasinghe goes back to the pavilion for 38 of 34 deliveries. HSBC 91 for 2. Now Malinder Rukshan is going to be the new batter. Radhil Velagedra has got a start. They've got 8 more overs in this innings. Sahan Sankalpa to bowl his first over. Welcomed him with a boundary. That's a good shot down the ground over the bowler's head. He was ready on his crease. Now Velagedra is the danger man. He's looking to make a move on. Now this one is running towards the boundary as well. That's another 4 to Radhil Velagedra. Sahan Sankalpa not looking impressed. It was hit hard. It was not towards where he wanted. But still, 4 valuable runs. A late cut again. 9 runs in 3 deliveries. Now the new batter, Malinder Rukshan, can take a good look at it. 44 matches for him. 1,000 runs. Highest runs of 128. Pretty much experienced, this lad. Flighted outside the off stump. No runners. Now Sahan Sankalpa has to finish this over the best way he can. That's another dot delivery. Can he finish it with another dot? $100 up for HSBC. First runs for Malinder Rukshan as Sahan Sankalpa finishes an expensive over. HSBC 101 for 2 after 13. The scorecard so far: Johan Gayas 33 of 19, Dinuka Jayasinghe 38 of 35. A brilliant partnership between them. And from then on, Radhil Velagedra is looking a set better to drag this inning along. Another opportunity given to Taranga, who took the wicket of Dinuka. The previous over, it's in the air and brilliantly taken. A wonderful catch by the captain himself. That's one for the highlight reel. Take a look at this replay. Wow, you beauty. Now HSBC 3 wickets down for 101 as Malinder Rukshan is walking back for 1 of 4. The new batter, Firnas Jaman, is on the crease. 6 matches, 6 innings, 27 runs. He hasn't done enough for his name. Been a very good batter in the school setup, Firnas Jaman. Now wickets are tumbling. Here comes Taranga Kumara. Full toss on the legs. Kumara has been the strike bowler, the weapon of Kusa Latapattu, but he had to support him to get this wicket. Didn't he do well? Did brilliantly. Jaman off the mark. Now Radil Velagedara. What can he do? What will be his options? They've got 7 more overs from here. They can capitalize on the foundation that they have made. It was laid by the openers. And now these middle-order batters will have to accelerate and get this foundation count. That was another chance, but it was short of the fielder at mid-wicket. They need their big hitters. Now Velagedra on 25 in 22 deliveries. Taranga Kumara to bowl his last delivery of the second over. Good over. 3 runs and a wicket for Taranga Kumara. HSBC after 14 overs, 104 for 3. Bowling cards so far, the opening bowlers haven't looked impressed. Kusa Latapattu, 3 overs for 17. He was really economical. Now, and Chamo the Senaviratna, 3 overs for 17 and got a wicket. Now Taranga Kumara just finished his second over with a wicket. Got wickets in his both overs. San Sankalpa has been given another opportunity. The last over of his went for runs. 2 boundaries in it. Now as the wickets are tumbling, he's got to follow up with a good over. A single to Firnas Jaman. We are in the 15th over. Pulled away to a vacant area for a 6. No fielder down there. Now Radil Velagedra getting into the act. That was over the fielder by a long margin. This is good batting. Got the boundary and got away from the strike. Now Firdaus Jaman, 3 of 4. He's got to support his partner. Inside edge, goes past the wicket keeper. A fielder is after it. Can he stop it? Yes, he does. 2 runs to Jaman. Not to where he intended to. But important runs at the end. Full toss. Put away to extra cover. Another single to Jaman. Now this is the danger man for the fielding team, Radil Velagedra. He's scoring those boundaries and he's taking those singles. 15 overs done, 115 for 3. 116 for 3. Tharanga Kumara is to continue. Got 2 wickets for 6 in his first 2 overs. Now into his 3rd over. Slow over through the air. Completely defeated Radil Velagedra. Now is a big shot coming up. Yes, he was walking down the wicket, but still unable to find the ball with the bat. Good bowling by Tharanga Kumara, not giving him any pace. Here's how he changed the pace. Walking to his offside. Looking to find that gap between the short fine leg and short square. 3 dot deliveries. 1 being a no ball. And a free hit. No run there. Now pressure building up around the batter. 3 more deliveries to go in this over. What can Radil Velagedra do? He can launch it in the air to a boundary. All the good work done in the previous deliveries. Lost. Two more deliveries to go. Radil Velagadara wisely putting it away for a single and letting Firnas Chairman take up the strike. Now Chairman can hit a long ball. Here's an opportunity for him. Last ball of the 16th over. That's a boundary for Firnas Jaman. It didn't look like going towards the boundary at the first instance. Here's the replay. It was timed well. Went along the ground for 4. HSBC after 16 overs, 126 for 3.
So they've pulled things back very well, have the Akbar brothers. The run rate's below 8 now. Radil Velagadara still there in the middle. Has found some sort of touch by staying out there. There he goes for that pull shot once again. One bounce and into the fielder's hands. Just a single this time. But the shot was on from Radil. Firnas Jaman hits it straight back to the bowler. And given brilliant work by the bowler. Picks it up. That was hit straight to him. And tosses it back straight into the stumps. Great fielding by the bowler. That was outstanding by Senaviratna to get that much needed breakthrough. Very unfortunate for Velagadara. He was going good. He was way too far outside the crease. Wasn't aware of where the ball was going. And the batter departs for 39. An attacking innings. He played at a strike rate of close to 120. Unfortunately, run out. So that was a 4th wicket in HSBC's innings. The Akbar brothers are pulling things back. Especially with their fielding. That was tremendous by Senaviratna. Not only did he bowl to his plans, he's executing his fielding as well. Firnas Jaman can't get it through. Just a single again. It was a full toss from Senaviratna, the bowler. Couldn't capitalize, could Jaman. There he was. Brilliant work from Senaviratna. His presence of mind to toss it back onto the stumps. Right outside off. A quick single. Another chance. It was a direct hit, but the batter was very well in the crease. So again, Senaviratna just going for the singles. He's been the most wily bowler for them. A big slog sweep attempted, but just a single as it goes along the ground towards the mid-wicket from Firnas Jaman's bat. Firnas Jaman looks a very strong batter. Can he find some momentum back for HSBC and get them to a good total? He cuts it. Another single. Oh, no good communication at all. Jaman was ball watching. There was no communication whatsoever. Johan Leuke hits the shot and just ran down the wicket. There was no communication whatsoever from the non-striker. He just stood there looking at the ball. Disappointing from the batters. They're losing their way here, HSBC. I don't know what he's signalling. Very disappointing from the batters out there in the middle. Not taking advantage of the start that they had. There was Jamin that had to perish. There was the 5th wicket for HSBC. They're now 130 for 5 after 17. Senaviratne finished his quota of 4 overs, 1 for 21, and he bowled superbly. Definitely the pick of the bowlers for me from the Akbar Brothers bowling lineup. 2 wickets off that over, and both of them costly, very costly run-outs. Johan Leuke. Clips it down to square leg, just a single. So the runs have dried up. The projected score has gone down from 170. It's now 150. Akbar Brothers have come back strongly into the game. A shot down the ground from the batter, and surprisingly, it screams away for 4. Definite needed boundary from Supun. It was an old whack there. And he fortunately found the gap. He got the desired timing. And a very important boundary for HSBC. They definitely will accept it, however they may come. A slower ball by Tharanga Kumara. Just glances it down to a single on the leg side. So they're going to have a go at it, these 3 overs. The HSBC batters. And he goes for it. Goes big. Is there a fielder there? No. All the way for 6 goes Johan Leuke. He takes on the long handle. And he swats it over deep mid-wicket. Stand and deliver by the HSBC batter. There you have it. It was a flick of the wrist. Strong wrists from Johan Leuke. There was no bat lift for that one. All he had to do was flick it, and it went sailing towards the trees, down mid-wicket. Johan Leuke. Goes full. Another single. So they're going good this over. Johan Leuke and Supun Malindu. They're hitting those boundaries and rotating the strikes as well. It's been a good over so far for HSBC. A much needed over. They've gone for 13, has Tharanga Kumara. He tries to go at it again, but misses. So HSBC are now 143 for 5 after 18 overs. The run rates creeping back close to 8 once again for HSBC. The projected scores plummeled back to 160. So it was a good over, that Tharanga Kumara over for HSBC. It's Nipuna Piris that's going to bowl the penultimate over of this innings. So they should be looking to make a move on, especially this over. They've got 12 balls left, and those 12 balls, they need to have a liking at it in order to set a target for the toss-winning Akbar Brothers. Here we are. Punapiris drifts down leg, hits the pads. They prod across for a single. Nipuna Piris has been expensive in his initial 2 overs, going for 24. He bowled to the opening batters, from which those opening batters capitalized massively in that power play especially. They have 144 runs now, HSBC, to Supun Malinda. He tries to have an old crack at it but misses again. So they've got to be vigilant enough. The HSBC batters, they need to be smart with how they approach these last 10 balls in order to get to a good total of close to at least 160, 165. Yorker length from Nipuna Piris. It is brilliant bowling from him. He's not giving anything away for the batters. Then the biggest of batters is Supun Malindu. So Nipuna Piris can afford to go full for him. It should be a different ploy for Johan Leuke. Let's see what Leuke can offer. He tries to make room and he swats it. Good bowling from Nipuna Piris. He didn't give the batter, Johan Leuke, anything. He was trying to make room in order to free his arms. But Nipuna Piris was smart with how he handled things. So 8 balls left this first innings. Can they make the most of it? Piris to Malindu. He goes slow. That was a brilliant off-cutter from Nipuna Piris. Supun Malindu had his guns loaded to whack it out the park. Great variations from the fast bowler. There you have it, him running his fingers across the ball to make sure the ball loses its speed. The last ball of the penultimate over. It's been 3 runs and a leg bye so far. He goes full and he drives straight to the fielder at covers. He hasn't been able to find the boundary this over. So a very, very good over from Nipuna Piris, who finishes his work for the day with the ball. He's gone for 28 in his 3 overs, but a brilliant comeback in his second spell. HSBC are now 148 for 5 after 19. So it's going to be Kusal Atapattu for the final over of the first innings. Can he prevent the batters from scoring? He goes for a wide Yorker, having come around the wicket. So this is great bowling from Kusal Atapattu. He's been hard to get away. He's only gone for 17 in his 3. What Supun should be doing is trying to get that single to Johan. And again, this time he gets away with it, does the batter. A wide signaled. So Kusal Atapattu, he's doing the right thing. He's trying to go wide and not have the batsman access the ball easily. Goes wide again. Just a single. So this is what HSBC want. They want Johan Leuke on strike. We know he can strike big. Can he free his arms? Can he get them past or at least close to 160? Goes wide. It was the perfect ball to hit, but it was just the inside half of the bat that Johan Leuke managed. 150 up though for HSBC, so that's a moderate achievement for them. Another good ball from Kusala Tepattu. He's probing in that Yorker, wide Yorker region, not allowing the batters to get away. Atapattu, wide signalled, lost his radar there a little, did Atapattu. A bit of improvisation from the batter there, trying to get outside off stump. He'll probably try to do that again. This time over the wicket comes Kusala Tepattu. They try to get back through. That's comical from the batters in the middle. The keeper runs through and tips the bails off while Leuke was trying to get back through to the end. Comical wicket for HSBC. That was their 6th wicket falling of the dangerous Leuke. This has got to be a free hit for Supun Malindu. It's the last ball. Should be looking to go big here. Try and get a 6 for HSBC. That should be the message for Supun Malindu. Johan Leuke, the batter, dismissed. He scored 11 of 8. He hit that towering 6 of an initial over. So here we are. The last ball of the first innings of our match number 30. Kusala Tepattu is bowled this over for just 4 runs. Outstanding effort by him, going for just 21 in his 4. Let's see what he has to offer. Here we go. An old crack at it. The batters get back. Try to get back. Outstanding fielding from the bowler himself. So no run for HSBC as they are 151 for 7. That's how things end for HSBC in their first innings. Kusala Tepattu, magnificent with that 20th over. That's it for HSBC as they set a target of 152 for the Akbar Brothers to chase down, having lost the toss. That's the equation for the Akbar Brothers in order to win this important encounter against HSBC. This is the batting card for HSBC. It was promising. Look at that top 3. Johan Gaius and Dinuka Jayasinghe were magnificent at the top. There was no stopping Johan Gaius with a brilliant 33 of 19. Dinuka Jayasinghe fell after for 38. Radil Velagadara, he was unfortunate to be run out on the other end, having scored 39 of 33. No other batter scored massively or contributed too much to the batting card as they failed to pile up a huge first innings total that was on the cards at some point. This is the bowling card. Nipuna Piris and Roshan Pereira started things off. They went wicketless. However, it was Chamo the Senaviratna. Though he picked up 1 wicket only, he was the pick of the bowlers. Tharanga Kumara and Sahan Sankalpa, 2 chipped in. Kusala Tepattu went wicketless. However, he was majestic, especially in that last over. These are the highlights presented to you of the first innings. So those are the 2 batters at the top for HSBC, they went massively. Sixes, fours, whatever you name it. The two opening batters were ready to go from the get-go. And they found everything very, very simple. They were going at a brisk pace. Good shots, good sixes, and big ones especially. They were able to find the gaps through magnificent rates. There was no stopping them until a small error from the batter, which interpreted that they lost their first wicket. However, the second wicket partnership, I beg your pardon, was also massive. The two batters just kept on going. They did take some time to find their touch, but they just kept going until the loss of that wicket, which probably dented things for. And there you go. That was the best catch of the day, as it impacted the Akbar brothers massively. Having won the toss, it probably justified their efforts. There you go. Great fielding displays as well. Chamo the Seneviratna bowled massively, and a lack of communication saw them losing hopes of a turnaround probably at the back end of the innings. But that was not the case for Akbar brothers, as they were vigilant, as they were strong with their approach at the end of the innings. And this is the match summary. This is the equation for the Akbar brothers. They need 152 from their allotted 20 overs in order to win this exciting encounter. It's going to be a great second innings, so stay tuned for further updates.
Welcome back to Sportylk. Now the Akbar Brothers will have to chase down a target of 152 posted by HSBC. They played well as a team, got a good start, capitalized on it. Now it's not going to be an easy target to achieve. In Akbar Brothers' point of view, they've got to lay a foundation for them. Catch up that run rate in the first power play, then carry on the innings. Simple as that. From the HSBC point of view, it will be about wickets. How many wickets can they get? Now Firnas Jaman. Is he going to open the bowling? Yes, he seems to be. Firnas Jaman. He was in as a middle order batsman today. Normally an opener. We are all set for the second innings of this game. Here comes Jaman. Play defensively. No run. Good start for HSBC. The required run rate is 7.66. Now Chatura Devinda is the opening batter for Akbar Brothers. 14 matches, 11.14 is the average he has achieved. Nicely flicked away. It's over the trees and away for the first 6 in this innings. Slightly leg side-ish by Firnas Jaman. Not the line that his captain will be asking him to bowl at. Six for none. Again, no bounce this time around. This time, the length was good. Length was better. Hang in there, Jaman. 12 matches for him. Not a bowler. We have known him as a batter, but today he's opening the bowling for HSBC. Good delivery. Apart from that one hit for 6, all dot deliveries in this over. Goes away for another time. Second 6 in this innings from Chatura Devinda. He was waiting for it. And away she goes. 2 sixes and 3 dot deliveries in this over. Interesting. 12 runs so far. One more delivery to go. Now change of ends for Jaman. He's going to come around the wicket. Akbar Brothers putting up a fight. Once more. And this time, dropped. It was a pretty easy chance. What was he thinking? Straight down his throat. Couldn't hold on to it. Lucky break for Akbar Brothers, 13 for none after 1 over. The tally 139 runs to win of 114. Ranga Vijayasiri to bowl the second over in this innings. Chatura Devinder is on strike. He has hit 2 sixes in the first over. Now 12 matches for Ranga Vijayasiri. Best of 2 for 41. Here comes Vijayasiri against Devinder. Slowish and short. The batter was expecting it to come to him a bit better. Now the variation of pace is important. What is it going to be in this delivery? No pace given. Really good by Ranga Vijayasiri. He has realized the fact that these batters are looking for pace. When it comes onto your bat, it's easier to hit them through the line. We saw it in the first over, 2 sixes in that over. This time driven pretty nicely. Elegant shot. Another boundary for Chatura Devinder. He is a man on a mission. Through the hands of that fielder at short extra cover. If he gets going, we'll be in for a thrilling game. 135 runs to win. Oh, nearly. It kept low. The batter was expecting it to bounce a bit more. Two sixes on the leg side and a boundary on the offside for Chatura Devinder so far. Oh, a wild delivery. He tried something different. Ranga Vijayasiri couldn't execute it well. They might need all these tricks if these batters are going at this rate. It's not on the pitch. Punished this time. Another boundary for Chatura Devinder. If you are not bowling at me, I'm going to hit it there, he says. No chance for that fielder. He was positioned right there. Just had to run a few steps to his right. But it was hit hard. Now last delivery coming up. 9 runs in this over so far. Hit down the ground for a single. Fielded by Nikira Pereira. Kasun, rather. End of the second over. 22 for no loss. $129 runs more needed from 108 deliveries. They are catching up with that rate. Current run rate is 11.50. But probably after the power play, when the fielding restrictions are not there, the run flow will be minimized. So it's about scoring runs at a quick rate in the power play. Firnas Jaman to continue. He created a chance in the last over, in the last delivery of the last over. But the fielder at mid-on dropped a sitter. Coming around the wicket, bowling across the batter. Reason being Chatura Devinder targeting that leg side field. Hit hard down the ground and gone. This time, no mistake by the fielder. Important wicket going down for Akbar Brothers. The aggressive batter who was trying to catch up with that rate. Fingers pointing upwards. Good take by the fielder at mid-on. Chatura Devinder has to go for 22 from 14 deliveries. Akbar Brothers 23 for 1. Firnas Jaman got the wicket of Devinder. Pasindu Boteju is the new batter in 19 matches. 25.06 is his average. Strike rate of 107. That looks healthy. Good delivery. Not giving the new batter any room to work with. This is the replay of the wicket. It was easily taken at mid-on. Chairman pulled back this time. Pasidu Boteju. The new batsman is facing Chairman, the wicket taker. Full toss. The batters are running for a single. A wicket and just 1 run so far in this over. Current run rate is at 9. This is Sahan Sankalpa, 64 matches, lots of experience behind him, averaging 16. Didn't get much of the strike when Ovidu was there. Devinda. Wild swing. No run there. Straight to the keeper. It's bowling across. Why would you take the leg side? Why would you try to play towards leg side? You could play down the ground on the offside. Wide, called by the umpire. He's trying to target that leg stump of Sahan Sankalpa. He's walking across. Hit him. Leg buys. These got to be. Yes. End of the over. Akbar Brothers 26 for 1. We are into the 4th over. Now the run rate is slightly going down. Another single to Pasidu Boteju. Dinuka Jaisinghe, the skipper for HSBC, did his job with the bat, and now marshalling his troops, standing on the ground. Couldn't find the gap. The batters changed ends. Ranga Vijay Siri gave away 10 runs in his first over. 2 boundaries in it. Another quick single for Sahan Sankalpa. Singles are not going to do it for sure. We are in the power play. They got to score at a better rate. Cut hard, but couldn't find the gap once again. No pace from Eranga Vijayasiri. That's what's restricting the batter from finding that gap. Good delivery. Just a single. Last ball coming up. Just 4 runs in this over. Now Botejo on strike. Walking down the wicket and putting it away for a single. That's the end of the 4th over. Akbar Brothers 30 for 1.
That's the worm comparison of the two teams. We can see how HSBC were plummeting upwards from the get-go. However, the Akbar brothers were going well until the loss of that first wicket. That very important wicket that HSBC did manage to take. So the equation for the Akbar brothers at the moment, 121 of 96. They have 16 overs left. At the current rate, they would get there. But it's been a downward spiral ever since that first wicket a couple of overs ago. Firnas Jaman to continue for HSBC. Goes on a good length, hits the deck hard, does Firnas Jaman. He's rushing the batters out there in the middle. They're standing well outside the crease, are the batters. Firnas Jaman is well built and built to trouble the batters. A very attacking bowler, a hit the deck kind of bowler. Full toss, and the batter plummels it down the ground, hoping it would pass the fielder at mid-off, but just a single does Sahan Sankalpa run through for. He was hoping it would pass the fielder at mid-off, but a very good diving effort by our mid-off fielder. Another single. Easy single for Pasindu Buteju. Worked across his legs for a single behind square leg. The bulk of the scoring for the Akbar brothers was done by the opening batter dismissed. Ever since they haven't found that get-go. Brilliantly bowled Yorker by Firnas Jaman, right on the money. Nothing the batter could do. He blocked it out well though, did Sahan Sankalpa. Almost falling onto his stumps. The ball. So he's executed his plans brilliantly. This over has Jaman. He did go for some runs in his initial over against the opening batter. Dismissed. A full toss. Sahan Sankalpa capitalizes. Finally a boundary for the Akbar brothers. It was there to hit, and Sahan Sankalpa did so. Full toss, and he just caressed it through the covers for an important boundary, as the Akbar brothers needed it badly. It's been some time since they've scored a boundary. They've got to keep things going at this rate or higher in order to be competitive and chasing down this moderate total. Sahan Sankalpa should be key for Akbar brothers. Big hitter of the ball, well built Sankalpa. And he's hit it high up in the air for the keeper, and he takes it easy. Commentator's curse as Sahan Sankalpa perishes. Very, very disappointing for the Akbar brothers. They were going well. He just hit a boundary. They were scoring singles. But this, very unfortunate. It catches the top edge of the bat. He was beaten for pace by Firnas Jaman. Pace had got him. Sahan Sankalpa gone for 8. And Akbar brothers lose their second. Very good bowling by Firnas Jaman, having gone for that boundary after bowling a very loose full toss. He managed to get the wicket by bowling it short and troubling the batter. It was a very, very well executed short ball from Firnas Jaman. Ranga Vijay Siri to continue for HSBC. The last over of the power play. You have 2 fielders outside the circle. An over that they should be targeting. Pasindu Boteju. From a bowler's point of view, one of the hardest overs to bowl. Ranga Vijay Siri. Brilliant. Brilliant. Right on the money. Right on that channel. Ranga Vijay Siri has been exceptional with his lines and lengths. Beating the batsman all ends up. Again, the replay of that wicket. He hit the batsman hard. Definitely beat him for pace. He was so late on the ball was Sankalpa, eventually leading to his dismissal. Jesiri again. Again, that length, that line, nothing the batters can do to get him out of there. They've got to be improvising, the batters. They've got to throw him out of his comfort zone. And to do so, you have to use your feet, the batters. Full and straight. Still no run this over. Brilliant over from Iranga Vijayasiri. It's troubling both the batters out in the middle. Chamo the Senavi Ratna. We know how well he bowled. He was exceptional with the ball. Looks a promising batter as well. There you go. Beautiful from Chamoda Senaviratna. Let's see whether it was a 4 or a 6. 4 signaled by the umpire. That was a beautiful shot from Chamoda. He used his feet to get outside off and just smacked it. Smacked it for 4. A delightful stroke from the new batter at the crease. This is what I meant when the batters should be improvising. They should use their feet to trouble and get into the minds of the bowlers. Chamo the Senaviratna is doing exactly that. Ooh. Brilliantly bowled. Rangavijay Siri with a good comeback, having gone for that boundary. He bowled straight and full, not allowing Chamoda to free his arms. Good line, good length from Eranga. Another single, dabbed it down to cover point. Akbar Brothers are now 44 for the loss of 2 with the end of the first power play. So a power play that is shared, I would say. HSBC did manage to gain 2 wickets, but Akbar Brothers did end up scoring 44 runs. So I would say HSBC have edged out the power play. Let's see how things go on from here for the Akbar Brothers. They have a long way to go. Still a deficit of over 100 for them to chase down. There will be a bowling change for HSBC. Radil Velagadara, the new bowler for HSBC. He did score some very important runs for them. Let's see what he can do with the ball to prevent Akbar Brothers from chasing this down. An easy single down to long on from Pasindu Boteju. Medium fast bowler, Radil Velagadara. He cannot give the batters that width that they like. Shamada Senaviratna, this is his record. A strike rate of close to 140 and a highest score of 48 not out. So that would be very instrumental for them. An attempted cut shot, just a single. Ball wallops towards short extra cover. Radil Velagadara, a difficult customer to handle. Not the fastest of bowlers. He's got a very short run up, but can trouble you with his accuracy. Shot and a miss from Pasindu Boteju. He's extremely tricky to face for the batters. Not because of his pace, but because of his accuracy mainly. He goes short. Surprised the batter there, Radil. Completely taken off guards, Pasindu Boteju. He was not expecting that. That wasn't intended to be short. I believe it hit a stone out in the matting. Nothing Boteju could do about it. He tries to hit that exact same spot, does Radil. A single down to long off for Pasindu Boteju. Controlling things brilliantly are HSBC. not letting Akbar Brothers get away. Chamo the Senaviratna trying to be expansive out in the middle. He shouldn't do things that are out of his repertoire. He's a very stylish batter, and he should stick to it for him to succeed. Akbar Brothers are now 7 overs done, 48 for the loss of 2. That's the equation for the Akbar Brothers. They still need a walloping 104 from the next 13 overs. Not impossible, very gettable. A required run rate of 8 that is required. Definitely possible. These two batters are completely capable of chasing this down. They need to be smart about how they pace their innings, especially targeting bowlers at one end and controlling things from the other. Radil Velagadara. Beg your pardon, Eranga Vijayasiri. Another big old swipe at it from Pasindu Chamoda. Chamoda is a very eye-catching batter when he plays shots that are in his repertoire. That shot was definitely not. Senaviratna should be looking to take this in his own game, not be expansive. Cut away, brilliantly cut away from Senaviratna for a much needed boundary in this Eranga Vijayasiri over. It was short and wide from Vijayasiri, there to be hit. Shouldn't bowl there to Senaviratna. He's got long levers. He can smack a ball. I believe his weak point would be full and straight. He likes making room and hitting it on the offside. That's his strong point, identified thus far. That's where he should be. He tries to caress it. Another boundary for Senaviratna. Played it very well, did Senaviratna. It was full and into the stumps. He opened the face of the bat right there. Just complete misjudgment from the fielder. Misfield. That should not happen for the HSBC. They need to keep the pressure on. So already 2 boundaries back to back this over. Eranga Vijayasiri must stick to in front of the stumps. Again, width offered. This time just a single down to sweeper cover. So a good over so far for the Akbar Brothers. A momentum shifting over perhaps as they notched up back-to-back boundaries. They need to be keeping the pressure on the Akbar Brothers. That's where he should be bowling. And given, huge appeal. I thought it was outside leg, but given by the umpire. Much needed breakthrough for HSBC as Akbar Brothers lose their third. A very good ball, Eranga Vijayasiri. This is where he should be. Maybe pitching outside leg. Decisive call from the umpire. But in the end, that's Pasindu Boteju. Gone for 8. An important breakthrough for HSBC. They needed it badly. Eranga Vijayasiri, that's where he needed to be to Chamoda. Not giving that width, not giving that line for him to free his arms. And in the end, he ended up getting Pasindu's wicket. 1 ball left in this over. He's gone for 9, has Eranga, but ended up picking up a very crucial wicket. Vikum Tharusha, the new batter. Not the prettiest of profiles for a batter out in the middle. He should be looking to better that record shown. And today could be that day. Vikum Tharusha facing Eranga Vijay City. Cut away down to third man. So he finishes that over with a single, does Vikum Tharusha, and gets off the mark. Akbar Brothers are 58 for the loss of 3 wickets after 8 overs.
.94 runs to win for Akbar Brothers in 72 deliveries. Still gettable. They were believing it, as you can see. They haven't lost many wickets as well. They still have a chance. They are still in with a chance to win this match. If one of those batters can come into rhythm. Now Radil Velagadara to bowl his second over. 9th over of this innings. Slow and a full toss and into the hands of the fielder at extra cover. Just as they were looking to make a move on. That's Vikum Tharusha, the man who is walking back. No pace offered. Good take by the fielder. Second time lucky for the fielder, not for Vikum Tharusha. Scored 1 of 2. Akbar Brothers 4 down now for 58. Power hitters are out. R. Yurendran is in. .94 runs to win in 71 balls at the moment for Akbar Brothers. Current run rate is 7.1, required run rate is 7.94, still gettable. Now this is Surendran stats for you. Highest runs of 92 not out, averaging 27.55. Good numbers. Velagadara bowling really well. Got his first wicket for just 4 runs. Lots of singles on offer, as you can see the field. But it will be the boundaries that matters at the end. Short and wide. Yurendran unable to get off the mark. Here's the replay of the last wicket. It was there to be hit, but there was no pace on offer. Good delivery. Saw him coming down, dropped the length shot. Really good. He's growing in confidence. Velagedra. 2 dot deliveries and a wicket in this over so far. First run for Yurendran. Now the current run rate is just under 7. The required run rate is just above 8. Is this the breaking point? Played on the offside and over the infield. Very good shot. That's off Chamuda Senaviratna's bat. He's a lone warrior. He is there for his team. Had to wait lots of minutes at the non-striker's end. Didn't change anything. First time he got the strike, scores a boundary. Again, push through for a single. 9 overs gone, 64 for 4. The tally so far, 88 runs from 66 balls. In modern international cricket, not a difficult task, but a challenging task for sure. Deshan Bopearachi being brought back into the attack. He's a very good bowler. Remember what he did in the last game. Brought his team back into that game, bowling some misery overs. It's in there. A chance and well taken by the fielder. That's Vijay Siri. I was praising Deshan Bopearachi for his heroics in the last game. The first ball he bowled gets a wicket. Good take by the fielder. Covered a lot of ground. Kept his eyes on the ball. Now Chamoda Senaviratna, the key man, is going back. 21 for him of 12 deliveries. Akbar Brothers in trouble, 5 down now for 64. Now 5 wickets in hand. 88 runs to be taken. 65 deliveries left. Who will come on top? Obviously, HSBC right on top at this moment. They've got 5 more wickets to take. Bope Arachi inviting the batter to go big. He's giving a lot of air now. Roshan Perera, the new batter. Flatter this time on the offside. This was Bope Arachi's first wicket. Bounced a bit too much than the batter expected. Chamod Senaviratne, that was. And a great take by the fielder, Vijay Siri. Had to run in and take that catch. 87 runs now in 62 balls. Yurendran is the only hope for Akbar Brothers. He's a big hitter, a powerful man. A big appeal. The umpire denies. Was the bat involved? Let's see. A very good over to start off things by Deshan Bope Arachi. 1 wicket and 1 run in it. After 10 overs, 65 for 5. This is how it looks like. Chatura Devinder started off brilliantly, 22 of 14. Couldn't go on. From then on, Chamod Senaviratne got 21 from 12. Now it's in the hands of Yurendran and Roshan Perera. A huge task ahead. As Radil Velagedara gets his second wicket. This is really good bowling by him. He was aiming that stump. Kissing the bails. Unlucky for the batter, but good bowling by the bowler. Roshan Perera will have to walk back. 1 run he scored. Akbar Brothers 6 down now for 65. Velagedara, 2 wickets for him now for 10 runs. Bowling his 3rd over. He did it with the bat, now doing with the ball. Taranga Kumar is the new batter in. A job on his hands. 18 matches, highest runs of 55. Proves that he can bat. Averaging 23.67. Strike rate of 126. Really good numbers. But this is good bowling by Velagedara. The replay of the last wicket. The kiss of the bails. It was through him. He was looking to play it on the leg side. Walked a step across the stumps. Very slow this time by Velagedara. He's changing it up. Changing the length, changing the line. Got this variable bounce that's troubling the batters. He's got very good change of pace. HSBC looks a team well prepared for this game. The bowling unit is doing it absolutely brilliantly. One run to Tharanga Kumara. He's off the mark. As Velagedara ends his third over. Akbar Brothers 66 for 6 now. Bowling card for Akbar Brothers. HSBC. Nipuna Piris 3 overs for 27. Roshan Pereira 3 overs for 28. This has to be the bowling card of Akbar Brothers. Now Bo Pyarachi is back. Bowled a very good first over. Given away just 1 run and got a wicket. Hit hard. Well fielded, well stopped at the covers. They've got a very good bowling unit and also the fielders to back them up. Look at that. It was on to him before than he thought. We are in the 12th over. 85 runs to win for Akbar Brothers. But the number of deliveries are being reduced by these efforts of the bowlers. "51 more deliveries. A good delivery, nicely managed by Yurendran. His third run. Now the current run rate is dipping down. Slog swept, but there's protection at mid-wicket. Just 1 run to finish the over. Bo Pyarachi finishes his second. 12 overs done. Akbar Brothers 6 down for 71.
That's the bowling scorecard for HSBC. They've been on the money. All 4 bowlers used. They haven't let the Akbar Brothers get away. A cluster of wickets between the 23 and 71 run mark. Even though they started strongly, it's been a massive fall off. Radil again. Full toss. Smash down the ground from Tharanga Kumara. A slip from the long on fielder. Still no harm done. Just a single of that ball as well. So the boundaries are dried up, and dried up massively. The Akbar brothers did win the toss, let me remind you, and chose to bowl. HSBC did very well in posting 150 plus. Now that you look at it, they've got cut away, lofted boundary, much needed for the Akbar brothers. A very important four from our Urendran. Down the wicket he comes, and in the end he had to adjust. He hits it over point, and he does it with authority. Here he comes again. Down the wicket he goes again. Steals a single. There's tension out in the middle. Tension with the fielders as well. Could have been a wicket had the throw been pinpoint, but no. It was a very important boundary from Urendran. The run rate was rocketing above 10. Now it's right on 10. High up in the air. He bowls it wide and full. And gone. One more for HSBC. Everything is going their way. Rodil Wellagather bowled that superbly. Wide of off stump. Yorker length. Had the batter reaching. Nothing is going Akbar Brothers' way. The wickets keep tumbling like building blocks. That's Tharanga Kumara gone for 5. $77 for the loss of 7 are Akbar Brothers. What HSBC are doing are they're taking their chances. They're fielding outstandingly well. A mishap may occur, but then they reply with something extraordinary. That's been the difference so far. They haven't let the batters get away. They haven't given them any leeway ever since the start. That's Kusala Tapattu, the new batter, a strike rate of over 100. And that's exciting for Akbar Brothers, because this could be the last hope that they do possess in chasing what is a mountain from here. The required run rate is 10.23 now. Full toss, straight to the bowler. They haven't found a way past HSBC. Every now and then they get going, and just like that they'll end up losing their wickets. Another single down to sweeper cover. And that's the end of that over. Akbar Brothers are now 78 for the loss of 7 wickets after 13 overs. That's the equation that Akbar Brothers require. They need 74 the next 7 overs. That's above 10 runs and over. A massive mountain to climb for the Akbar Brothers. Almost impossible with the wickets that they have lost. They need something majestic from these lower end batters. Brilliant bowled, brilliantly bowled. Just another single. He clips it away from his legs towards square leg. Deshan Bopearachi has been witting with his right arm off spin. He's impossible to get through. Tall right arm off spinner. He's been on the money. Full toss, misses out as the batter. But through it goes towards the boundary. Could be 4 byes. No. The fielder cuts it off. So 2 byes for the batters. It was a full toss. Yurendran should have capitalized on it. But not to be. Deshan Bopeyarachi. A rare loose ball. He got away with it there. He must stick to his plans, should Bopeyarachi. Very well bowled. Bopeyarachi not giving Yurendran that length to get underneath the ball. All he needs to do against these lower end batters is ball straight and towards the stumps and endure a false shot. Cut away for another single down to sweeper cover. He's a strong batter, is Yurendran. Goes full, he flights it, does Deshan. Another single down to long on for Yurendran. It's just the singles and the twos, and that is not going to hurt HSBC. They require a run rate of over 11 now. Full, he flights it and he whacks it straight down the ground. And an important boundary for Kusala Tapattu and the Akbar brothers. 1 bounce and 4. Down the ground. A good ball to hit. And 1 bounce and through it goes for a well-earned boundary. That's the worm comparison of the two teams. The yellow line well above the blue. Blue's got a lot of catching to do in order to get close to that yellow worm. They've lost wickets regularly. Here we are, Supun Hansajit with his first over. He goes for that reverse sweep, does Yurendran. Being proactive out in the middle. But a good choice considering there is a gap between short third man and cover point. So he's targeting that gap over there. He's a left arm orthodox bowler is Supun. And he goes down the wicket. He hits it big, does Yurendran. He got to the pitch of the ball and hit it over deep mid-wicket. A powerful stroke. He goes with the turn of the ball and over the fielder at deep mid-wicket for an important 6. He'll be looking to go again. He goes wide this time, does Supun Hansajit. He fetches it from outside off. Very well saved from the boundary. So that's very poor running from the batters out in the middle. Just a single. Should have been 2. You've got to give the strike to Yurendran over here. They need 57 off 33. And you never know with Yurendran at the crease. Supunhan Sajit, an average of 22.38 with the ball. Kusala Tapattu. Well bowled from Supunhan Sajit, not allowing Kusala Tapattu to rotate the strike and hand it over to Yurendran. This is Yurendran's matchup. Supunhan Sajit. He spins it into the left-handed batter. Tries slog sweeping that. It pitched straight and it was spinning outwards. So that wasn't the right choice of shots from Kusal Atapattu. Again, he's cut it for another single. They try to get back for two. Miscommunication out in the middle, but the throw was wayward, way off. Could have been a wicket, could have been everything going wrong for the Akbar brothers. He ended up being safe. So that's the end of the 15th over. Akbar brothers are now 96 for the loss of 7. That's the batting scorecard so far for Akbar brothers. Chatura Devinda at the top was explosive with that 22. Chamo the Senaviratna 21 of 12. And now Yurendran showcasing his power. But other than that, it's been nothing. No help whatsoever from the other batters. They have a equation of 56 from these last 5 overs. Full toss, and he smacks it down the ground, the captain, Kusala Tapattu. They're doing it. Could they be doing it? Atapattu and Yurendran, they're getting closer and closer to that 156. It was a full toss, a very bad ball from Deshan. He's been bowling very wittingly, outstandingly thus far. He has to maintain his discipline. 100 up, by the way, for the Akbar brothers. Full and gone. Brilliantly done by the bowler and keeper. Was full and flighted. Drew the batter forward. And the rest was done by Leuke behind the stumps. An important breakthrough for HSBC. These two were looking extremely dangerous out in the middle. Yurendran and the captain. He drew him forward. Brilliant wicket keeping from Leuke. Smart bowling from Deshan, having bowled a loose ball. Kusala Tapattu, the captain, goes for 12 of 10. Akbar brothers lose their 8th for 100 runs on the board. So 52 of 28. That is what is required for the Akbar brothers. And it all lies in the hands of Yurendran. That's Nipunapiris, the new batter, a strike rate of over 100. He should be looking to give the strike to Bope Arachi. Blocked. And they try to scamper through. Another one. What was that out in the middle? What was that? He blocks it. He should have been off the mark straight away, Nipunapiris. He should have been looking to give the strike to Yurendran. And that's exactly what Yurendran wanted too. He wanted the strike. They end up losing their 9th, Akbar brothers. So 2 wickets in that over. What could have been for Akbar brothers. Now, there's mere hope in the hands of Yurendran. He's on strike for Akbar brothers. He's facing Deshan Bope Arachi. field set for Yurendran. Everyone on the boundary, patrolling. He tries to go massively, misses it completely. I don't think Deshan Bopearachi is too flustered about how hard Yurendran has been hitting the balls. Bopearachi goes full, flighted. Yurendran hits it straight to the fielder. He drops it. Does it go for 4? It doesn't. No run taken either. Let's see what happened. Went full, did Deshan. He went all guns blazing, straight to the field. An easy chance for the fielder at long on. He spilled it. Oh, no ball. For sure, it slips it out of the hand, does Deshan. He doesn't run, does Yurendran. This is very interesting. Very interesting from Yurendran. Should have at least tried to get back for 2. Doesn't intend on running, does Yurendran. Free hit for the big batter. And he hits it high up in the air. And it goes all the way for a massive 6. So he takes just a single, I beg your pardon. It doesn't go for 6. So he does have the strike for the next over, does Yurendran. Akbar Brothers are now 9 down for 102 with 50 required. This should be taking the runs on offer. Yes, Yurendran should be hitting those boundaries, but those singles and 2s are very important as well, especially in the context of the game. They require 50 of these last 4 overs. The last ball of the last over wasn't a 6. It was a single, so Yurendra is on strike. He goes square arm, does Malinder Rukshan. Ends up conceding a wide. So this is the over. Yurendran should be looking to go massive. This is a chance for him. He hits it straight up in the air. Falls into no man's land. They come back for 2. Yurendran. He runs and he's safe. So he does get back for 2. This is the over that he should target. Should score big. Score close to 20, 30 runs. And make it interesting. The next 3 overs. Yurendran back on strike. Let's see what he has to offer. He hits it. Hits it big. Hits it big and well done from the fielder. But a 6 for Yurendran. An important 6 from Yurendran. So he's showcasing his power. He's definitely targeting Malinder Rukshan, as he should. This is going to be a very interesting over. Very interesting one. He got to the pitch of the ball and an old swipe. Almost from the fielder. Another wide for Malinder Rukshan. Could have been a catch, that 6, but he wasn't aware of the boundary rope, the fielder at sweeper cover. He goes straight and he defends, does Yurendran. So good bowling from Malinder Rukshan with a change of angle. He's bowling straight at the wicket now, not trying to give Yurendran any room. Let's see if Yurendran tries to maneuver himself outside of off stump and then try to hit it. He tries to go for that slog sweep, ends up missing it. The run rate's over 12 now. That's the appeal for LBW. He ends up missing it and hits straight on his arm. He hits it. Over covers. That is it. That is it. An underwhelming finish to this encounter as he hits it straight to the fielder. He tried to go big, tried to hit it for 6, but hits it straight to the fielder at long off. So Malinder Rukshan finishes things off for HSBC as Akbar Brothers are bowled out within 17 overs for 112. They were in chase of 152, ended up 40 runs short of what was a win. Yurendran tried hard at the end, but in the end it was too much to do. HSBC were clinical. The bat, with the ball, and in the field as well. Remarkable effort from HSBC. Some sloppy moments with the bat probably cost the game for Akbar Brothers. They bowled well to come back into the game, and the momentum was definitely with them having come into bat. Very unfortunate the way they played. It was definitely a game of intent, shown by HSBC especially with the way they bowled and fielded. So that is the batting card for Akbar Brothers. Not a promising one. Just 4 batters out for double digits. Chatru Devinda at the top, R. Yurendran in the middle, and Kusal Atapatha, the captain, trying to bring about some sort of glory for Akbar Brothers. Chamoda Seneviratna too, he was brilliant with the bat, scoring some runs. But after the wicket of Chatru Devinda at the top, it has been downhill. This is the bowling card for HSBC. Phenomenal effort from them. Firnas Jaman at the top with the Eranga Vijay sticking to their plans. And Radil Belekethara, Deshan Bopearachi with their spin, outspinning the batters that Akbar Brothers set out. Malinder Rukshan finished things off, having picked up Yudendran, and ended up bowling out Akbar Brothers for 112 in less than 17 overs. These are the highlights of the second innings. You have the openers out in the middle. They were batting brilliantly. Chatru Devinder especially. He was off the blocks quickly. Those drives were majestic to watch from the com box. Those pulls, they were frenetic. His dismissal, however, proved the downward spiral of the Akbar Brothers. There were some moments that the Akbar Brothers should have capitalized on, but wickets like those ended up seeing their own downfall. There were glorious shots in between those wickets, and that is what was disappointing. They didn't capitalize on what could have been a chaseable target. They were even helped by some fielding efforts. They were unlucky there. That wasn't a wicket that should have been fallen. But they just kept on losing wickets. It wasn't going their way for any of them. The bowlers, Radil Belekethara bowled brilliantly. He picked up 2 wickets in that over. He was outstanding with his fast bowling. That's Deshan Bopearachi was also witting with his bowls. That was a very unfortunate run out, very uncommunicated run out. And that was the last wicket to fall. Yurendran, the last man That was it for the Akbar Brothers as they were dismissed for 112. This is the match summary. HSBC were put in to bat first and scored 151 for 7 in their 20 overs. Radil Velagedara and Dinuka Jayasinghe along with Johan Gayas doing their job. Akbar Brothers, who won the toss, were bowled out for a mere 112 with Yurendran, Devinder and Senaviratne scoring 20s. HSBC ended up winning by 39 runs. From Maradana, we brought to you live action from St. Joseph's College Cricket Grounds, where 2 exciting matches, especially the last match, it ebbed and flowed. However, there were victorious and there were losses. We will bring to you action more, so stay tuned and stay tuned for further updates further. Thank you for joining with us. Have a great day.